Okay, if you're looking for a Mother's Day gift that's actually going to be useful and meaningful and not just get tucked away into a drawer, this is the video for you. Hi friends, I'm Tanna here with Creative Fabrica, and today I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful laser engraved and cut mason jar toppers to hold those beautiful flowers that your kiddos give you. What I love about this project is that it's not just cute, it's also interactive. Kids can go outside, they can pick the flowers themselves, and turn it into something really personal for mom. We're going to walk through the entire process from prepping the file, cutting your topper, and assembling everything. Plus I'll share a few tips and tricks to make sure that your final product comes out clean, sturdy, and gift ready. This is a super beginner friendly laser project, but it's still so thoughtful and high-end looking when it's finished. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Starting off, here is the design we will be engraving on our mason jar toppers. These are just some really pretty fine line SVGs that are daisies, and I thought that they would be perfect to go on the very top of our mason jars. Now, to design the actual jar toppers themselves, we are in Silhouette Studio. You could design this in any software that does SVGs, but basically we're just going to make a bunch of circles. Now, your measurements are going to depend on your specific mason jar. I did both the wide mouth lid and the small original mouth lid. Now, these first two circles we're making are the outer sections, and then we made two smaller sections on the underside, and this is going to be the sticky part that holds our jar lid kind of in place so that it doesn't wiggle around. Next, just make a bunch of circles in the center, however many you want for your lids. Now, we're just going to measure up those inner circles that's going to hold the jar in place to make sure that none of those inner circles are going to get in the way. We don't want any blockages, so just make sure all of your tiny flower circles are on the inside. Now, we are taking our beautiful daisy line art. We're going to duplicate that, and then we are just going to center that and size that within each one of our mason jar toppers. This specific part of the design is going to be engraved, so you'll see it as a nice darkening on the wood that we'll be using, and it's just so beautiful, and it's such a fine line detail that's just going to bring just a little extra oomph to this project, just to give it a little bit extra for mom this Mother's Day. Once you have all of that sized and ready to go, we can send it to Lightburn to send to our laser, and then we can get to work making these happen. Now I'm using True Flat from Houston Acrylic. This stuff is great because it's already pre-finished, so I don't have to worry about sanding anything after, and it's just always going to give me a very smooth cut every single time and wipe clean. So after we get that first section framed out, we're going to start engraving our beautiful little dainty flowers. And you get to sit back and watch this happen in 10 times speed. It's so satisfying to watch, but after this section is done, it's going to start doing the tiny circles that our flowers are going to go into. And then after that, it will cut the full circle for the jar topper. After that's done, you're going to want to apply DualTight or some sort of double-sided sticky tape to your True Flat. That way, those inner circle rings that are going to stop the jar lid from wiggling around are going to be able to easily stick to the underside of our jar toppers. So here you'll see we're just doing a little framing over here on the right, and we're using that DualTight to make our life a lot easier. This way we don't have to use glue or worry about any glue kind of, falling out of the sides. DualTight is really great to help avoid any hassle and just make things go a lot faster. After those are done cutting, it's time to start assembling. But first, there is going to be a little bit of char dust on top of our engraving, which is totally normal. But again, it wipes completely clean because this is a pre-finished wood. So I just took a baby wipe and got to wiping. It all came off very easily, no sanding required, and all I did was use a baby wipe. Now, after that is all clean and dry, we're going to take that first top layer of the DualTight off, and then we're going to very carefully align that on the bottom side of our jar topper and then press that in place. Now, imagine if we were using glue, this would take just a little bit longer, but I really love the DualTight double-sided sticky tape. This stuff will stay on forever, and it's just really great for quicker project ideas. Once you have those fully aligned, it's time to grab some mason jars and tell your kids to start picking some flowers. So I have, again, both the wide mouth and the standard mouth here. If you'd like to go back to the Part in Silhouette Studio with all of the dimensions, please do so that you can get some accurate measurements. But here they are. After your kids pick some beautiful flowers just for their mom, then you guys get to put them in your new beautiful mason jar toppers and keep them nice and fresh so that you get to admire your kiddos' beautiful flower pickings for so much longer. I truly love how simple this project is, but how meaningful it turns out in the end. It's one of those gifts that feels really personal, but not too complicated to make. If you wanted to recreate this, you can head over to Creative Fabrica to grab the designs that we used today. They also have a huge library of laser-friendly files that make projects like this so much easier. Thank you so much for crafting with me today. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to our channel for new crafty videos every week. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye.